Welcome to the Brainrot Bulletin, the latest brainrot, how it started, and where it's going next. This week we'll be talking about the clock striking 12, the second coming of Einstein, and yet another tough number.
6 1 6 1 6 1 6.
Well, firstly, I just want to say that I was wrong about the next toughest number. A few weeks ago, I made a video saying that after the massive 6-7 and the 41 memes blowing up, 100k would be the next toughest number, thanks to another song by Blizzy Boy being all about a number, this time 100k. So I was wrong about that. Or was I? The 6-1 meme, also known as 61 or 6 Swan, started in mid-October 2025 by TikToker Spartan Swat. He recorded himself standing in a bathroom wearing a Calvin Klein hoodie, staring menacingly at the viewer while doing a fast version of the 6-7 hand gesture and squatting up and down repeating 6-1, 6-1. The text overlay read 61, new meme. And that's just kind of the whole thing. It's what's been referred to as a forced meme that followed the example of the 41 meme and the 93 meme, both of which were posed as replacements of the 6-7 meme. Jesus Christ. And by the way, 6-1 is a combination of the 6 from 6-7 and the 1 from 41, if you didn't get that. So it's pretty transparent how forced this meme is. The original video blew up pretty quickly, getting over 600,000 likes in 4 days. Spartan Swat posted a follow-up that also performed really quite well. Then other TikTokers started making fonk edits and red circle memes, highlighting 61 in battery percentages and stuff. It was even nice to see a friend of the channel, Blizzy Boy, making a funny video in reference to it. But here's the thing, honestly, I think that 6-1 is already dead. Since making my latest video last week, the 6-1 meme has pretty much blown up and already died. It felt like it was relevant for about 2 days, and now I haven't seen anyone talk about it. I think the fact that new meme was literally written in the actual video just gives it that burn bright, burn quick feel to it. People instantly start to call it a new meme for like a day or two just for the funnies, but if you actually want brainrot to have any sort of longevity after that, it's got to come from a more natural, less forced place. So yeah, goodbye 6-1. I would give you a thumbs down, but you lasted so briefly that you didn't stick around to properly annoy me. So it's a shrug for you. And on the niche scale, you are dead. But now with 6-1 dead and gone, maybe Blizzy Boy's 100k can finally claim the throne as the next toughest number. Maybe I wasn't wrong after all. Maybe I was just early. But sometimes I wonder what I'm doing. Sometimes I wonder... What is this Diddy BLUD doing on the calculator? Is BLUD Einstein? This is a brainrot trend that is, like, equally great and awful at the same time, and I'm going to tell you why. Well, you know, if you don't click off the video first. Subscribe, by the way, please. So this started back in June 2025 with some ironic Sigma male video edits on TikTok. They showed Albert Einstein in front of recordings of someone using the iOS calculator app with funk music playing. One of them had a text overlay that read, "What the heliante is this Diddy mustard blood doing?" And then in August, Instagram user Sigma Spider Memes shared a version of what seems to be an AI-generated song that had the hook about Diddy BLUD and Einstein.
What is Diddy BLUD doing? Does he think he is Einstein?
The trend really picked up in September and October, with people making more edits, all building anticipation for the calculator's final answer, which, you know, tends to be 6-7, or sometimes even 69, if you remember that funny number, or 41, because of course it is. More bloody numbers. Now here's where I'm conflicted. On the awful side, it just feels like AI slop nonsense. It feels like a cocktail of relevant and slightly less relevant brainrot terms that are all mixed together and concocted specifically to give me a lobotomy. Like, it is so low effort, it is sometimes a little bit shameful. But on the great side, I do just find it really quite funny. I love just inherently lame terminology like Diddy BLUD, which came from a very genuine and very lame place about a year or so ago. Words like that are just so bad funny. I also find some of the calculator songs quite catchy, despite being made by my mortal enemy, AI. And again, it's in reference to more numbers. And it all just screams middle school kid humour. But like, ironically, or post-ironically, or post-ironically? I don't even know anymore. What I'm saying might not make much sense, but that's kind of the point. This whole brain rot trend is just lobotomy content that's blasting my face with its lobotomy rays, and Anyway, on the niche scale, this brain rot is niche. And it doesn't get a thumbs up or a thumbs down or even a shrug. It gets a lobotomy. Hopefully this next brain rot will grow our brains. Connection terminated.
I'm
Sorry to interrupt you, me. But I just wanted to jump in quickly and say that when I recorded the voiceover for the rest of this video, it was a few days ago. And since then, it was Halloween. And if you watch my channel, you may remember that a few weeks ago, I made a Brainrot Bulletin that featured what's called the Lorax Girls, which are girls that dress up in Lorax costumes. And I said we'd really see how popular that brain rot was on Halloween. And so on Halloween, I went out to a party, and lo and behold, there is a girl or a woman dressed in a Lorax costume. At this party, for some reason, there seemed to be quite an equal mix of British people and Americans. And it was a very nice American American girl, dressed as this Lorax. A lot of the other Americans seemed to quite like her costume. I actually talked to some of my British friends about it, and they had no idea what she was even dressed as. They thought she just came as a orange person. They'd never even heard of the Lorax. So there seems to be a bit of a sentiment online that the Lorax costume girls are pretty, unfunny, popular, and now we can add to that list, for better or for worse, American as well. So do with that information what you will. It's only anecdotal, but I thought it might be worth me mentioning. Yeah, just jumping in, and now back on with the rest of the video.
You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying, but...
Clock strikes 12. Midnight arrives. Cock your guns and sharpen your knives.
So this one goes back to 2022 when rapper Dax, yes, that's Dax, posted a TikTok dressed as the Joker, creating what he called the Joker Open Verse Challenge. He starts rapping about being insane and in pain, then gestures a bottle of hot sauce like a makeshift mic towards the viewer, inviting people to duet him and finish the verse. Loads of people duetted it at the time, and a lot of them were pretty cringe.
My bad. I forgot I was broken.
But the one that's blown up in 2025 is from TikToker Ellie Shaw, who rapped, "Clock strikes 12, midnight arrives, cock your guns and sharpen your knives," in this weirdly familiar British accent. To top it all off, they're wearing a Has Been Hotel t-shirt, which is a show I haven't seen, but has absolutely no appeal to me.
Let the slaughter begin.
The whole vibe just screams ex-band kid. The video sat there for nearly 3 years, racking up a decent amount of likes, but not really going viral. But then in October 2025, TikToker Fishman Records 3 stitched it, showing himself laughing at the opening line.
12. Midnight arrives.
And then it exploded. We got animation memes, accuracy reenactments, people calling it the funniest meme of the moment, comments with emo, soy jack characters, the whole lot. Now, the first time I saw "Clock strikes 12, like a lot of you watching this, I cringed. Ellie Shaw embodies what people are calling a typical Redditor or ex-band kid who thinks they're really dark and twisted and epic. But the more I watched it, the more I actually think that it's genuinely kind of epic. Look, a lot of people who react to the Dax Open Verse Challenge are, 1, rapping about how mentally effed and how cold they are and how much society has hurt them. And we do live in a society.
Whoopsie, there I go again. There I go mistaking all my foes for friends, and I still try to block out the noise, man. I'm telling you, being an outcast was not my choice.
2, a lot of them can't stay on beat, like at all, which is a very cringy type of cringe.
In a room full of people with 1,000 souls, somehow I still feel so cold, so cold.
You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying, but...
I'm not in pain. I don't know where you got that info from, but it's false. It's not true. It never will be true.
But what has Ellie Shaw done? Well, firstly, they've managed to stay on beat, and also their lyrics are about them literally being the Joker. It's a verse about planning to kill Batman. There's a grand prize for the Bat's demise. It's very on theme. I feel like they're not trying to portray themselves as anything other than being a character, because they're not being a dark and deranged epic Redditor. They're literally playing the Joker from his POV. And that's a whole lot less cringe in my opinion. Compare that to Dax, who made this song about cyberbullying and slapped the name Joker on it in the least subtle, most ham-fisted, loud way possible. It's only called Joker because of the name recognition. It could equally be called Clown, and it'd carry the exact same meaning. Plus, Dax has linked up with Tom McDonald multiple times, which is more cringe than anything else I've mentioned in this video. Like, significantly more cringe. So, Ellie Shaw, not that you're watching this most likely, but if you are, keep on being you. Keep being a fan of Batman and having an understanding of rhythm and tempo. You stayed on beat, you committed to the bit, and honestly, I gotta respect that. This gets 2 thumbs up from me, and I think this Brainrot is mainstream now. But it's only fair that I have a go at reacting to Dax. This next part of the video is what I like to call a try not to unsubscribe challenge.
You're insane. You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying, but
I am MacroCosmic. I have 60 subs, and on my head it looks like I have shrubs. Did you like the brain rot? What should I cover next? Damn, I'm on my 6'1", shit, I'm kinda dead. Damn, I'm on my Einstein shit. I'm a blood, Dex type shit. A Redditor got me slumped. I could teach a class, a symposium with a quiz. Now let me end my verse right where the explosion is. Like